Yo, what is up, guys? I just had a great idea for a what if. So, make sure you take a sip of water. I got lemon water specifically, it's good. Oh, and let's get right into the what if. So, it's just an average day while Naruto is 4. He is going into Ichiraku's ramen. Everything up to this point has been the same as game. Now, here, some ninjas are in there as well. And they tell Naruto, I thought I told you if you come in here again, would kill you. And then the ninjas kick Naruto out of Ichiraku's. The old man would say, hey, stop that. And the ninja would say, shut up, old man, and just make us some ramen. Now, this is the point where Ichiraku, I think that's what, old man was Ichiraku, right? Or is that just an name? I don't know, but I'm going to be calling him that. So, Naruto's, this is the moment when Ichiraku just stops caring at that specific moment and body flickers right behind one of the ninjas and chops them on the neck. These are Chunin, by the way. So, and then he goes up to the other one with a kunai up to his neck, saying, listen here. He says, here, I'm a veteran of the third Great Ninja War, and I kill you right now, like I have so many before you. Now, you will not come back to my shop ever again. Take the kunai away from his neck, and then he kicks him and the other guy out of Ichiraku's and asks Naruto to come in. Naruto's gonna ask Ichiraku the old man, how he got so strong, and he's gonna say, well, and Ichiraku says, well, you see, I'm a retired ninja, and, well, I retired for personal reasons, I'll say. Yeah, let's just go with that. Personal reasons. And, so explains that he was a veteran of whichever great ninja war he was in. Doesn't matter. Second, maybe? I don't know. Second, third, maybe? Doesn't matter really, but, So yeah, that's gonna happen. Naruto gonna be like, what, can you teach me, help me get strong? And Ichiraku says, of course I can, child. Or, like, whatever. It says, of course I can. But just remember, I'm going to be harsh on you in training. Like, when we're not in training, I'll treat you like I always have. But when we're training, I'm going to be tough on you. And that's essentially what it tells him. Like, Naruto says, okay, I accept. And then Naruto's going to... People start realizing that Naruto has stopped pulling pranks after a few months. Like, it's good. But in the meantime, Ichiraku is training Naruto to become a fine shinobi. He trains him hard. Like, in training, he is trained hard. Outside of training, he's the same Ichiraku that we all know and love. Because, we all know that Ichiraku could have killed Kaguya. And every Atsuki. no, I'm playing though, just like, for real though. Ichiraku's OP. But yeah. So Ichiraku's going to teach him a lot of different techniques. And just so you guys know, he's not going to tell Naruto this, but Ichiraku was on the same team as Minato when they were Genin. So, and they were good friends. Like, Ichiraku stopped being like ninja like a decade before, like like when he was younger though, 'cause, like he didn't like the bloodshed. He realized how the world needs to. That he is no longer needed in this world as a ninja, and he should. That's not really his calling, or whatever, something else, something like that. Just a reason for him to. He doesn't tell Naruto or anyone this really, like, like, Hiruzen's the only one that knew, like, like, wasn't Fugaku in Minato's team as well? I'll say it was for this, and like he's the only other person that knew other than Minato, and like maybe a few of his close friends, but yeah, but a lot of his friends died in Ninja Wars, so like it's really just his team was left, and now it's just Fugaku. But then that Itachi's whole act, so he's now the last surviving member of his team. So yeah, so he's gonna train Naruto, and like he's become like he has become really strong in this, like, because like like the first year or two, like the first 3 years is physical training and taijutsu only, like, because like Ichiraku doesn't know if he has access to his chakra yet, so he won't train him on that yet. So he's just, but then at age, what did I say? Oh wait, no, he was 5. 2. So for the first year, he trains physical body and taijutsu only. Then second year, he adds some kenjutsu in the first year as well. And second year, he lightens up on the training of the taijutsu, kenjutsu, and physical body, but he starts focusing more on ninjutsu, like the more basic stuff, and chakra control. Like he did a bit of chakra control in the first year, but not as much as he did in second. And then Naruto has Sakura levels of chakra control now, so like he has more chakra control than Sakura did in the Land of Waves arc. And like he can do water walking, tree walking, waterfall walking as well. Like he has excellent chakra control. But the most difficult one of all is ground walking. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, he can do most of the walking chakra control exercises. Like he can walk up waterfalls and walk down them. And Ichiraku's gonna tell him that he needs to keep his strength a secret, and so like just act dead last or something. Like don't act dead last, because that'll bring more attention than if you're in the middle. Like just like be in the middle of the class, don't draw attention to yourself. Essentially what Ichiraku tells him. You know. He also tells Naruto how to cook a bit. Like he ain't going to give him that secret recipe for his ramen, but like, you know, he does give Naruto ramen a lot more than in canon. Like he'll just give him ramen every once in a while for free. Like after if they spend a day, like if one of the days is specifically harder than the others, he might give him one bowl of ramen. Like he doesn't let himself go out of business. And like he doesn't train him every day because like he has his business to take care of. And like, Naruto helps her around with the business. He stays in the back room though, so people can't see him. But yeah, Naruto stays in the back room, helps cook. So he just stays in the back room, and he doesn't come in, you know, and he gets paid for that. Kind of has to be done a bit under the table because, like, you know, it wasn't actually legal. I don't know if it was legal for him to work at that age, but you know, I mean, it's legal for it. I mean, a 10-year-old shinobi's, an 8-year-old, like, a 10-year-old's legally allowed to kill. So I mean, like, so I'd say it's fine. No one really cares. Like, legal authorities don't care. Like, they don't know who it is. They just know that there is someone there. Like, he doesn't do it under the table, and Hiruzen's the only one that knows about it, though. Hiruzen and Kakashi, I'd say, that knows about him working. But neither of them know about him being trained by Ichiraku, or the old man. And, like, he doesn't call him sensei in public, or, like he also has, he has weights on as well, so, I'd say Ichiraku was good with Fuin Jutsu, because I just want to do that, and he's going to have gravity seals on him, and resistance seals, so, like, he is physically strong, and knows Fuin Jutsu, and, you know what, so Lee isn't able to use Genjutsu or Ninjutsu, but can he use Fuin Jutsu? Or Sage Mode? Can he use Sage Mode either? So, like, I just want to know these. I'm going to say Lee can do Fuin Jutsu, but he's not very good at it. He's not good at Fuin Jutsu, but he can do it. Like, he can make sealing scrolls, and that's about it. Like, Guy couldn't use Fuin Jutsu, but Lee was for whatever reason. I'm just gonna change that, and you'll see why. And that may come into play. It may not. I may forget about it, but yeah. Naruto's gonna. So yeah, by the time Naruto's at the academy, he is already like tuning exams Naruto on the first day of the academy, and but he holds himself back, and I'd say Iruka is the only one that can tell that he's holding back. Sasuke can, like even and the Hokage could probably, and Kakashi could probably tell he was holding back as well, but no one else could. So everyone else just thought he was weak, or they didn't think he was weak because he was like average of the class. And a few people, and some of the elders wanted to get him expelled for not being good, but like he had pretty decent grades and he was better than a decent chunk of the class. Like he wasn't, like that would also mean that some of the others would have to be kicked out. You know. So yeah, they tried doing that, but Naruto, he is the most physically fit out of all of them. And fastest and strongest and smartest. I say his intelligence is beaten barely by Sakura. And of course, Shikamaru is leagues ahead of him in intelligence, but he's still pretty smart. He's in between Shikamaru and Sakura in intelligence. Like, Sakura wasn't dumb. She was pretty book smart. No, she wasn't very. She was the farthest thing away from street smart, but yeah. That happens. Naruto won't be like, pew, 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 pew. Like, oh, wow. I just did a cringe. So, yeah. So, make sure you take a drink of water. Man, you gotta love lemon water. So good. Tastes great. Not as good as normal water, but it's still pretty good. No, lemon water's pretty good. Normal water is pretty good too. Good normal water. Water is water. I understand. Yeah. So yeah. Naruto Gon. I almost did it again. So yeah, he's not quite on Lee's level for taijutsu, but he's the closest out of anyone at the academy. Like, he's the closest out of all of them in the academy when it comes to Lee's taijutsu. And, because Lee had better taijutsu than Neji. It's just that he couldn't get past Neji's ultimate defense. Like, that's the and like Lee was pretty much like chakra points didn't really affect Lee as much as it would a normal person because like he didn't really use his chakra like a normal person and like you know and I'd say he didn't no Lee wasn't this strong yet. Yeah, like he was like Neji's strength in taijutsu almost, not quite. Excuse me. So yeah, and Naruto is gonna be good with the blade. Like he is really good because like he's been trained for, no, like almost all of like half of Ichiraku's free time was spent with Naruto, or more. Cause like like Ichiraku was like Kage level. Like he was up there with Minato in strength and abilities and skill, but like he just wasn't interested and retired. Like he could have easily, and Naruto knows quite a few jutsu. Like he knows the Shadow Clone because like I feel like Ichiraku wouldn't notice. Like he has too much chakra for a normal clone jutsu. Like it's not chakra. His chakra control is fine. Like his chakra control is good enough to create perfect clones, but he has too much chakra. Like he would have to section his chakra off, and he teaches Naruto how to do that after teaching him the Shadow Clone. But he also has the clone technique, so he has the normal elemental clones, like lightning, water, and like all that. But he also has shadow clones. But he has to. But the normal clone takes more effort and takes a bit longer. Cause like he has to cut a little bit of his chakra off from the rest of it. And he also makes. I'd say he also made a few chakra pills for himself, so he can just recover real quick. And he knows how to make food pills as well. And these food pills actually taste decent. Like they're nowhere as bad as the ones in the anime. They taste pretty decent. So, yeah. So yeah, I almost did it again. I almost did it again. So yeah. So yeah, Naruto's gonna be one of the strongest people in the. He's like the strongest in the academy overall. But he has like the second best in every category. But while most people only have. And like the people that have the best in any category, that's the only category they have the best in. And like most of them, the others, they're kind of mediocre. But he's second best in everything. At this point, like eventually, later on, he'd be the best at everything when it comes to that. But he hides his abilities, so it just doesn't show that he's the second best or anything like that. And he holds back in everything he does. So yeah, like that's just because like Ichiraku is smart and he is actually pretty smart. And, and of course Naruto knows how to cook. Don't even ask. Of course he does. Like he doesn't get given the recipes, but he gets taught how to make his own food. He's taught how to cook, not how to make recipes. Like he can bake a bit, but not really. And one of his favorite things to eat is dango. Like he likes making it because he also really likes making dango. It's like just the way it's made is so fun to him. Same goes for ramen. He still likes ramen, but he doesn't eat it as much. Like he has a proper diet, and like he grows to be taller. So yeah, like he's he's taller than he quite a bit than in canon. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah.